preparing indigent and homeless veterans. It is my unique honor and privilege to introduce to you Helen Anderson Glass, a World War II aviation machinist mate. She's been a supporter of MIAP since our first mission. She's about to read to you a poem she wrote as if she were speaking for these forgotten veterans. Her words.
When a poet has his poetry paint a picture in your mind's eye, I would like you to close your eyes and think that I am one of these forgotten veterans, as if I were speaking. I was young at heart when I went off to war, not very sure of what I was fighting for. I did my best in the fight to help keep peace and maybe wars to cease. But then I was glad that I came home safe and in one piece. Then I departed this life one day, and somehow I got lost along the way. I and other unfortunates, just like me, unwanted, unclaimed. How sad that can be. And now I say, and not in jest, I am finally going to be put to rest with full honors, a military ceremony. And I ask, dear God, I hope they play taps for me. No longer unclaimed or forgotten are we. Someone did care. They must have heard our prayer. We are no longer missing in America. We have been found, finally to be put with other veterans in solemn ground. Thank you for grateful missing in America veterans.
Someone that got buried because of this event, not because of this event, because of the Missing in America project. Hadley Sheldon, U.S. Army, Vietnam. Klein Irving, U.S. Army, Vietnam. Lyman Raymond, U.S. Army, Vietnam. Wesley William, U.S. Navy, World War II. Leonard Dwight, U.S. Navy, Vietnam. Miller Randall, U.S. Navy, Vietnam. Stars William, United States Marine Corps, Cold War. Hughes Vernon, U.S. Air Force, Korean War. Mahan Irvin, U.S. Air Force, Korean War. Kinder Jean, U.S. Army, 2 tours, Vietnam. Settle Randall, U.S. Army, Vietnam. Upman Arthur, United States Army, World War II. Mosley Anthony G., U.S. Army, Cold War. Wood Charles, U.S. Army, Cold War. Coates Sam, U.S. Army, Cold War. Wilconis Joseph, U.S. Army, World War II. Bellevue Joseph, U.S. Army, World War II. Platke William, U.S. Army, Cold War. Robinson John D., U.S. Navy, Vietnam. Hill Lonnie J., U.S. Air Force, Korea. Lundy Wayne F., U.S. Air Force, Korea. Kirchenbauer James, U.S. Army, Vietnam. Solomon Joseph, U.S. Navy, post Vietnam. LaDon Albert, U.S. Army, World War II. Richie John A., U.S. Army, Vietnam. Dunn James A., U.S. Marine Corps, World War II. Smith Murphy Nicholas R., U.S. Navy, Korea. Bales Jimmy A., U.S. Navy, Vietnam. McDonough David, U.S. Air Force, Vietnam. Busher Jerry D., U.S. Army, Vietnam. Menke Daniel, U.S. Army, Vietnam. Abrams Richard D., U.S. Marine Corps, Vietnam. McGuire James, U.S. Army, Vietnam. Moore Douglas R., U.S. Army, Vietnam. Davis Cyrus, U.S. Army, Vietnam. These guys were found because of the Missing in America project. We're here to help them raise money. We need your support. This is a long road that still needs to be traveled. Just for your information, when I started this, I had no idea that this would grow. We've buried a lot of people already. You just heard their names. There's a lot more names coming. We know that in this state, there's a good 300-400 people in a couple of counties, not all the counties. Pass the word. Let everybody know about this. If it was your boy, if it was your daughter, if it was your son, your uncle, your aunt, the friend across the street, let them know. I appreciate everybody being here. My name is Tony. Thank you.